Move to questions to members, and the first question is in the name of the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question is to the member in charge of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, open bracket, amending primary function of bank, close bracket, amendment bill, open bracket, number 2, close bracket. And the question is it his intention to proceed with the first reading of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand amending primary function of bank amendment bill number 2, and if so, why?
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Undoubtedly, yes. Because the Reserve Bank needs a much wider range of counter-inflationary measures rather than the crude, blunt tool favoured by the incumbent government. It needs tools. It needs tools to combat the inflow of hot money much wider than the last policy targets agreement changed by the National Party of New Zealand First Government in 1996 and then promptly ignored by the next Labour Party leader, Don Brash. And it needs tools to create a stable, competitive exchange rate, paying regard to the fact that we're an export-dependent economy. All of those will be fresh news for Jerry Brownlee. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, to the member in charge of the bill, paraphrasing, Mr Speaker, has he seen any reports from economists on this question, and if so, what do they say?
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. The reality is that all those economists who are concerned about this country's future and understand this country's history, like, for example, Burl, have been very supportive of this measure. Then, of course, you've got the other lot who are dependent upon the insurance companies and banks and overseas ownership for their future livelihood. They tend to favour a currency run for the few and very few against the dynamic majority interest of provincial New Zealand and exporters and workers for exporters.
Question number 2, the Honourable Mary Ann Street.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question